Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso, a deadly wreck on I-10 remains under investigation this morning, the fourth in just 5 days. What police say happened. Also,
it'll bring up a lot of what happened, obviously 2 years ago, and a lot of emotions.
2 years after the worst terrorist attack in the U.S. since 9/11, the city of Boston is looking for justice. The latest on the trial for the accused Boston Marathon bomber.
Doors are flying off the hinges, the walls were shaking, windows were cracking.
From tornadoes to sub-zero temperatures, Mother Nature is unleashing havoc on most of America this morning. We have your complete storm track weather coverage, too.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Well, good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. Everyone in our viewing area, thanks for waking up with us today. I'm Hillary Floren.
And I'm Stephanie Valle. It's 6:01 on your Monday morning, and let's get started with a look from our downtown camera. You can see it's a little shaky out there.
Yeah, a little scared. Cold. We'll have to check in with Crystal Cly right now and see what's going on out there. I didn't think the wind was blowing that much. Is it just a little unsure this morning?
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of surprised to see that too, because winds aren't reporting in too terribly high. But you do see there's the camera, a little shaky out there. So I guess winds are picking up just a bit in downtown, but overall, don't expect a windy day. Let's flip on over to your clouds and radar map now. We are checking in nice and clear out there, and we are just tracking a few clouds right around Silver City. That area you see building in a few spotty clouds. Otherwise, today is going to be a sunny one throughout. Here's a look at your current wind chill temperatures. Feels like 20 outside in El Paso and 17 Las Cruces. That's thanks to some of those light to moderate winds that are outside mixed in with the cold air. We're 25 your wind chill read so Alamogordo, 15 Deming, and 14 Silver City. As for our temperatures, we're at 27 right now in El Paso. It feels like 20 degrees. Las Cruces, you're officially at 24. Our winds, as we just mentioned, 6 miles per hour, not too terribly strong, but we will go over winds increasing in the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Crystal.
The new Commissioners Court members for 2015 have been sworn in and now are facing the daunting list of issues the court is tackling this year.
Good morning, El Paso's Andrew J. Polk is live right now with more on the story. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Hillary and Stephanie. We got a chance to hear the thoughts of the new commissioners, Andrew Haggerty and David Stout, on the number of challenges they'll have to take on in what could be a very busy time for the court. Now, one of the biggest issues to deal with are the ongoing issues between Commissioners Court and University Medical Center. Past and current commissioners have clashed publicly with UMC management, specifically CEO Jim Valenti. The county hospital district's $532 million a year main budget is a significant part of the overall county budget process, but that's not all they'll have to tackle. There's also the problem-play construction of the county sports park, numerous transportation projects, and a whole new county budget office to create. Stout says that the issues between the court and UMC will loom very large early on.
And, you know, I think that their concerns are legitimate, but I think that we need to start moving forward and, you know, at some point put this behind us, figure out, are we going to move forward with the leadership of Jim Valenti? I think is a smart gentleman. He thinks outside of the box. I just hope that at this point the relationship can be repaired between the members of the Commissioners Court and of course, the leadership on the board and Mr. Valenti.
Now, Haggerty also said that other issues involving UMC, such as the ongoing problems with the Children's Hospital, will require more study before definitive action should be taken there as well. Stephanie and Hillary?
All right, Andrew, thank you. We have a traffic alert to remind you about this week. From today through Friday, westbound lanes on I-10 will be completely closed between the Paisano and Reynolds exits. Crews in that area will be working on the Spaulding repair project. Also, the eastbound lanes on I-10 between KVIA and Paisano will be closed starting tonight at 10 p.m. That closure will be through Thursday. For detour information, you can go to our website, KVIA.com.
And speaking of traffic at 6:04, here's a live look at it. This is I-10 and Red Road. Pretty light right now. We can switch up the cameras and show you different views, but we know that traffic is moving smoothly throughout the borderland. Happening today, the 15th annual MLK Canned Food Drive will begin collecting donations. The drive, organized by the City of El Paso and other local organizations, ends Monday the 19th. Anyone can now donate canned food and non-perishable goods at locations including Big 8 food stores, Walmart and Walmart neighborhood stores, Vista Quality Markets, public libraries, and even rec centers. For other locations where you can donate, just click on this story under headlines on our website, KVIA.com.
5 days into the new year, and the city has already seen 4 different deadly wrecks. The latest happened Saturday night on I-10 East near East Lake, shutting down traffic for hours on the interstate. The El Paso Sheriff's Office tells us a Honda Civic was speeding when it crashed into a semi. The semi rolled over onto the median, causing a light pole to fall on top of it. The male driver was taken to a hospital where he died. The driver of both the Civic and the semi have yet to be identified. The investigation remains ongoing.
And we now know what caused a house to catch fire Friday night on the east side. It happened on the 2300 block of Lake Omega. Fire officials say it was a faulty fireplace that started the blaze. The family who lives there was able to make it out okay. We also found out the smoke alarms were not working at the time. The El Paso Fire Department would like to remind everyone that almost 2/3 of home fire deaths happen in homes with missing or broken smoke alarms. Be sure to check yours today and check those batteries.
2 men are recovering after being stabbed outside a party in East El Paso over the weekend. Investigators say a fight broke out inside or outside a home on the 11,300 block of Lake Loy early Saturday morning. That's when the 2 men were stabbed. They were both taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. No arrests have been made in this case.
Well, it was the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil since 9/11.
We're talking about the Boston bombings that happened 2 years ago, and happening today. Jury selection will begin in the case of the man accused of the bombing.
ABC's Maria Chiavacampo has a preview.
Most recently seen in a rare court appearance last month, accused Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev is reportedly being held at an army base in near isolation, preparing to face a city united in seeking justice.
It'll bring up a lot of what happened, obviously 2 years ago, and a lot of emotions.
Just 19 at the time, Tsarnaev is accused of carrying out the worst terror attack on U.S. soil since 9/11, along with his brother, killing 6 and injuring 260.
We have movement in the boat.
Days later, Tsarnaev was found wounded and hiding in a boat. His brother Tamerlan killed after what officials say was a prolonged shootout with police. He now faces the death penalty, extremely rare for a federal case. This one also one of the largest ever. The initial jury pool, 1,200 people. Only those willing to impose the death penalty can be chosen.
They try to destroy people and their spirits, and all this has done is make me want to change the world.
An emotional time for survivors and a city. Mara Chiavacampo, ABC News, New York.
Well, after a lengthy battle with cancer, sportscaster Stuart Scott has died at the age of 49.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and in the manner in which you live.
Coming up, we take a look at the legacy that he leaves behind.
Also, the cleanup begins this morning for many after tornadoes wreak havoc in the south, and more severe weather is expected today and this week.
But what can we expect right here in the borderland? We have better news than that, I'm sure.
Yes, and Crystal is standing by with your forecast.
It's a much better forecast, at least for a few days. We'll look at your raincast and see when rain chances make their return after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.